Canadian Parliament has voted to make our national anthem more gender neutral, but this is not sitting very well with two outstanding Canadian women. Let's talk to them why they are not very happy about it. Join me in welcoming Sarah Curry and Sonia Swallow to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much for the honor.
All right, so you're not very happy about this change?
No, not at all.
Okay, tell us why.
Well, I think Canada was founded on Judeo-Christian principles, and I think the word sons is gender neutral to begin with. You don't say motherland or fatherland, it's always motherland. It doesn't mean it's referring only to the women. So I don't see why sons should be changed to anything else.
There are many people who feel that it's time to be more inclusive. At least that was what the thinking was behind when they made this change. Why do you think it's not such a good idea?
I think that it proposes a false realization of Canada as a nation and her peoples. We know instinctively that we are male and female, men and women. We are joint citizens of this great land. And therefore I feel personally to remove the line and all our sons command is almost an insult to the glory and the grace that God has favored Canada with and blessed us supremely above nations. We need to honor those who have gone before us, the ones that the Lord raised up as founding fathers of this nation, who honored both men and women, but they also honored their God.
All right, now there are many women who watch our program. They're watching this program, they're listening to both of you, and they're saying, you both are women. So why are you not happy that now we have a gender neutral? Because women have been fighting for equality, right? So what would you say to women like that?
Well, I consider myself a liberated woman, but I have no problem with saying in all our sons command. I have no problem. I don't feel inferior, neither do I feel superior.
Okay.
I know my place and I'm confident in my sexual orientation.
Okay.
My feeling is this: I go back to our early days in Canada in the 1920s, where women were not even considered human. We were chattels. We were property. A woman could not write a check or hold a bank account, even in the province of Quebec, not so long ago as 45 years ago. And it took 7 women to went to prayer and decided to stand up, and they won a victory and changed the Constitution of Canada forever. And we women became people. I am a woman. I'm part of the Women in Politics. I feel that women are not put down in any way by the change of the wording of our national anthem. While the men fought for the freedom of Canada on foreign soil, the women stood shoulder to shoulder with their men, and they took care of the farms, they took care of the factories, they worked night and day, they drove the ambulance trucks through the mud and the blood and the mire. And to remove or to change or to alter our national anthem does discredit. We women are not diminished in any way by the alteration of the words. However, we believe that we should stand as it has been, and it's an honor to Canada. And no, we're not threatened in any way by that line in all our sons command.
We know that Prime Minister Stephen Harper, before Justin Trudeau became the Prime Minister of our great nation, also tried to change this. And then the majority of the Canadians stood up and they said, it wasn't even that long ago, and they said, no, we're happy with the way it is. And Prime Minister Harper then relented, and it continued. Why do you feel Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has been in such a great hurry to change things? He's only been in power for 8 months now, and he's changing things pretty quickly, some fundamentals of this great nation. Why do you think he wants to do that?
I believe that he has a following of individuals who want to blend and neutralize male and female in the roles created by God. We are not opposed one to another, but we are together, shoulder to shoulder. And I believe that in this last even 18 months, there's been a huge agenda and a huge move across the nation to tear down, to ruin, and to blend in so that we no longer are distinctive as women, as men, in our roles and the part that we've played in the development of this nation and its future.
I think there's a little bit more to it. I don't really know. I am a new Canadian. I was not born in Canada. I chose to be in this great nation, and the reason why I picked Canada, because of the way it is. This is a wonderful country. I don't understand why people feel the need to change this nation. Everybody's trying to change it, and if you change it, then it would not be the nation that we all chose to immigrate to, right? So you change something that is bad, something that's not right, something that's wrong. Obviously there is something right that this country has done for the whole world to want to immigrate.
Yes.
To this country. In a city like Toronto, no matter where you go, you'll find people from countries that I've never even heard of. Okay, now I'm admitting, before everybody, maybe I don't know my geography that well, but the fact is people from all over the world want to come here, and they want to live here, and they want to make it home. But if we change it, it will no longer be the country that we have all chosen to be a part of. That is my bigger concern than anything else. Once we begin to change, okay, so you can say it's a harmless word, it doesn't really make much of a difference, but then we begin to change little by little by little, right? And we're not supposed to change things. These are the way this nation was built. This is the way our founding fathers, built this nation a certain way. And we as women, as you both said, have no issue with it. So why should men, talk for us? We don't need any man to talk for us, right?
That's right.
Talk something about that.
Well, I came in 1974. That's ages ago. And I came from India. And I had a real test when I went for my interview. They asked me all kinds of questions, and I had to swear basically that I would adapt to the country and not bring my thoughts here, but I would integrate and mingle. And that's exactly what I did. I chose the lifestyle because it was my choice to come to Canada. And like you said earlier, you came because you wanted to.
You wanted to, yeah.
And that's what I did. I came because I liked what I saw, and I liked what I heard, and there was freedom. Now I feel I can't even speak because I may be thrown in jail or considered whatever phobia, and you're scared to even integrate with anybody because you don't know when you're going to be accused of something.
Right. I know many teachers who teach in our schools here, and they tell me that there are some students who don't want to participate in the singing of our national anthem, and they are allowed to excuse themselves and not participate. I have a little bit of an issue with that, right? Because they are here, whoever it is, I don't even know who these people are, so it's not directed at any particular individual or a community or person, but whoever it is that is doing should not do that, number one. Now, and our authorities should not give that kind of liberty. What do you think?
100% I agree with you, Molly. I do so because I am now 4th generation Canadian on my French Canadian side, and I am 5th generation Canadian from my British and Scotch background. They were all immigrants also. At one point, we were immigrants, and therefore we share the same as both of you. When you enter into a country and you take an oath of citizenship, you are swearing under oath that this nation is your adopted nation. You will adapt to their laws and their rules and their culture. If I, for example, were to travel to another nation, I would not walk in there and attempt to change their laws if I wanted to be a citizen of that nation. I would know that instinctively I would have to adapt to my new country, and so would my children. But to force upon us that which is not right, which is anti our constitutional rights of freedom, which is what Canada offers to all citizens of the world the moment we come into our borders, and we accept them as much as we say, welcome to our country, but this is our nation. And I have noticed very sadly, for example, and this is only an example, at Christmas time. Christmas has always been a tradition in Canada. We love it. And so does everybody else who comes to Canada. They love the music, they love the festivity, they love the food, they love to participate. And we have a Christmas tree. Hello? We have a Christmas tree. Don't tell me that it's a holiday tree. If I went into your nation and I spoke in your celebrations, if I were to join in your festivities, I would not tell you to change the name of it, or change your dress, or we'll just look over the other side to this law and over that other side to another law. No, I would be expected to conform to the nation to which I swear allegiance. And this is what bothers me, and it hurts me deeply, because Canada, as one of the few nations in the world, have opened our doors to every people's group around the world. We have not forced them to come and change their faith, nor their holidays, nor their religious festivities, nor their observances. But in saying that, they, in coming into this land, must be as willing to share and adhere to what is the foundation of this wonderful nation.
Christmas has been celebrated in this great nation since 1520. So for a very, 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 very long time. And as you said, it is a part of our culture, it's a part of our tradition, and there are many people who observe this great holiday for religious reasons. Some do it for cultural reasons, and for whatever other reason, right? As part of our holiday tradition. So it is very sad that there are some people, in a very small minority, but then they become vocal, who object to it. Having said that, there are people like you who are objecting to it, and there are many, many, many people who are listening to that and realizing that we all need to be more sensitive, and we all need to be accommodating, right? Because that is what diversity is. Diversity is inclusive.
That's right.
It means we include people in. We don't exclude a whole lot of people in the name of whatever name. You know, I don't even know what names that people use because that terminology keeps changing all the time.
That's right.
That
Well,
yes.
I'd like to interject a little word there too. How shall I say, in All Our Sons Command, when we sing that, we are including all of the sons that are now under the Canadian citizenship. For example, when I travel north on Bayview, I see the Chinese Buddhist temple. I go 500 meters, I see a beautiful mosque. I go another 500 meters and I see a Jewish synagogue. I go across Highway 7 and I see a big church. Now, that tells me that we are part of one nation under God.
Yes.
And we respect and honor one another in all our sons. That means the sons from India, the sons from Arabia, the sons from Europe, from all over. And that's for the flag that we fly. It's for everyone to enjoy, everyone, but not to change the meaning of that. And all our sons means all of our citizens. We do not impose on one another that you must be this, and you must be this, and you must be this. And in our education system, we must not make room in the minds of our little children that there's them and then there's us. And that must be taken down, because it destroys the unity and the diversity of Canada.
That's right. So with that, we know that diversity is inclusive. It means everybody included. And those of us who have chosen this great nation to be a part of, it's incumbent upon us to maintain the integrity, the history, and the culture of this country. And there's so many wonderful things about this great nation. That's why we chose to be a part of it. And all those people who have a problem with calling Christmas Christmas, now you know that it's hurtful to those who do. So maybe from this point onwards, you will think twice before being insensitive. Just because everybody else is just the way that everyone else is being tolerant towards whatever it is that you practice, then maybe you need to be tolerant towards others as well. That is the Canadian way.
Yes.
That is
that's
part of
right.
our Canadian
Right.
values.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here
Yes.
Thank you.
and sharing our thoughts.
Thank you very much.
We need to have a talk about diversity one of these days.
Yeah. we
Thank
will.
you.
All right.
Thank you.
Come back again.
We will.